Welcome to a new deep dive. We're sifting through the recent mission logs from the USS Arawyn.
And this ship is in a really unique position.
It is. They're navigating two wildly different high-stakes events at the exact same time.
Right. So the mission for you is to really grasp the implications here. You have, on one hand, this incredible scientific displacement.
And on the other, a deeply painful political and, ethical dilemma.
A calculated sacrifice, really.
Okay, let's unpack this. We have to start with the Eirian ship. This vessel is, well, it's not built like anything we know.
Not at all. The logs literally describe it as appearing alive.
Alive.
Yes. Its internal functions, especially engineering, use what they call photonic crystals.
Okay.
And the crew has to interface with them directly, telepathically. The crystals are like a nervous system for the ship.
And getting access to that interface isn't easy. I read that Ensign Collingway and Ensign Quinn, it was a painful process for them.
A very sharp, painful initial scan. It's almost like the ship had to, map their consciousness before letting them in.
Wow. But the ship's design is almost the least shocking part of this. The really mind-bending detail is where they came from.
Oh, absolutely. The star charts. The Eirians said their own charts were wrong, bent, moved.
Which pointed the Arawyn crew to the real source of their displacement.
And it wasn't just a simple navigational error. They were dragged through something the logs call a space tear.
Yeah.
A subspace rupture.
From a place they call the Corin Reach.
And when you calculate that origin vector, it places their home roughly 70,000 light years beyond the galactic rim.
70,000. So this isn't just displacement. It's a jump through dimensionally folded space. It redraws the Federation's maps.
Completely.
So in the middle of all that, discovering a whole new extragalactic frontier, the crew still had to do routine checks.
Well, you have to. Basic security can't wait. And that methodical work, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, it actually paid off.
Right. They found 2 irregularities in the armory.
Small things, but they could have crippled their defense later on.
And they needed that defense.
Yeah.
Pretty much right away.
Yeah. Immediately. Reports confirmed the Eirian ship had a passenger, an unknown and hostile life form.
The Eirians had a very poetic description for it.
They did, following wounds in the sky and are hungry. It's essentially a predator that hunts through these subspace ruptures.
And the Eirians contained it with the ship itself.
The living ship, yes. The corridors could physically flex and reroute themselves to keep the creature trapped. It's an incredible defense mechanism.
But that connection, it seems, goes both ways.
It's extremely dangerous. A science officer tried to study the creature with something called an echo harmonic.
And the creature's fury, its anger, it was just overwhelming.
The emotional resonance was so strong it caused the officer to collapse. That connection is intense.
So a living ship, an extragalactic predator, and yet the most dangerous situation was actually brewing inside the Arawyn's own walls.
Let's pull back the curtain on that highly secured data. The statistical probability report on Ensign Collingway killing Lieutenant Mendon.
And the analysis points in a very specific direction.
It does.
Yeah.
Counseling analysis indicates a 72% likelihood that Mendon was being assimilated by the Borg.
And he begged Collingway to kill him.
Begged him to prevent the assimilation from completing.
But a 72% chance, that's still a probability. They're basing a career-ending cover-up on a statistical model.
In this context, yes. The Y is all about Benzite culture. Their history with the Organ Wars and the Dominion War.
It left them with these extreme laws against any genetic tampering.
Exactly. So even if Mendon had survived, if he'd been reversed, he would be seen as corrupted, illegal, on his own homeworld.
Which would trigger a massive investigation into his family.
And it could even lead rogue factions on Benzar to seek out Borg technology for themselves. It would be a catastrophe.
So Collingway's story, the fabricated story about incompetence.
It was an act of political protection. He took an interstellar crisis and absorbed all the damage himself to shield an entire planet.
Because if the real story got out, it could be used by secessionist factions on Benzar.
Precisely. They'd argue that Starfleet is too dangerous and that Benzar should leave the Federation. Collingway's lie held an alliance together.
So when you pull this all together, what does it all mean for you? You've got scientists charting extragalactic space.
While doctors are guarding a secret that could break a planetary alliance, the Arawyn crew is operating completely in a gray zone.
It really makes you consider the sheer burden of knowledge here.
It's not about choosing right or wrong. It's about choosing which crisis to manage, the physical one or the political one.
So here's your provocative thought for today.
Yeah.
When is the truth a greater threat than the lie?
Especially when that lie is protecting an entire civilization.
Something to mull over.